I bought the chair. I put it in the back of my boy's truck.
Are those chairs like super heavy and shit?
It's not that heavy, but the box it came in was massive, and he didn't strap it on properly on his truck. I'm driving behind him. This is 4-1 and 4-4. The box flies off.
Stop.
On the highway express. It flies off, and then the chair's dangling now. The chair's falling off. It's literally about to fall off. And I'm like panicking. I'm like, whoa. I called him like, yo, pull over right now. Chair's about to fall off. We're going to cause a deadly collision. Yeah. You're going to get sued. I'm going to lose my chair. No one wants this. Yeah. We pulled over quick. We were this close, man. It was so close for the chair to fall off. And it would have been bad, man. Like, someone would have hit it right behind us. And we're going like 120 kilometers an hour. It was pretty bad. It literally felt like we're in a movie.
Thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of Wealth is Possible. On today's show, we're going to be talking about how to start your own business as a barber. And we're joined today by Abdul Shahdady, a self-taught barber and the founder of Cuts by Shahdads. Abdul started his business during the pandemic, left his 9-to-5, and hasn't looked back since.
That's it.
You're a sketchy man, eh? That's how you're rolling, eh?
Oh, man, I'm just a hard worker. That's it.
I know. This guy's out here.
Doing God's work.
Yeah, he is. He's doing God's work. I remember once my...
I'm not just a barber. I'm a barber / doctor / therapist. Yeah.
Therapist, yeah. So tell us about your life before becoming a barber.
Before becoming a barber, I was working for Amazon. I started right after college, 2016, and I worked there till 2019 August. So 3 years I was there. I only stopped working because I tore my ACL playing soccer.
Okay. What did you think of working at Amazon?
All the things you hear about Amazon, like the delivery drivers and whatnot, they're all true, man. It's horrendous. It's insane, bro. I don't recommend it, but you know what? At the end of the day, like if you need a job temporarily, so you could transition from that to this, it's not bad, right? Yeah. But you don't want to stay there too long either.
Did you have like a plan after while you were doing Amazon?
So I was in school for like plumbing and welding. Yeah. Right? I graduated from there. Yeah. And I kind of just did that program so my parents would like ease off my back. You know how it is. You know, like your parents want you to go to school, get an education. So I did that program. I graduated. And then obviously when you graduate, it is hard trying to find a job right away, right? Like it's not easy. No one wants to hire you if you have no experience. Yeah. And you can't get experience unless someone hires you. So it's like you're stuck in a loophole. Yeah. I just got a job at Amazon. I'm like, you know what? Let me just work here temporarily until I could find something else and then just transition from here to there. And unfortunately,
so you're looking for a job while you're at Amazon.
Because like you don't want to waste time and just not get paid
do nothing
while you're looking for a job, right? It's better to like have some income coming and then find a job. So
how was the pay at Amazon?
It wasn't anything crazy, man. Like,
I think at the time it was like better than most. Like it was more than minimum wage.
At the time when I first started working in 2016, they were paying me like $18 an hour. Which
did they give you benefits and shit?
So Amazon does give you benefits, So you get to choose between 3 packages and you just choose the most suitable one for you.
But walk us through what led you from the moment you stopped Amazon and the moment you started cutting hair.
So I got injured 2019. Yeah. I had to go on short-term disability from Amazon. Yeah. Shit. And then obviously I couldn't work. You can't even walk, right? Like this is not the first time I tore my ACL. It's the second time. So it's very heartbreaking, bro, because it puts your whole life on pause. You can't do nothing. You can't play sports. You can't go to work. You can't even move. You're in bed. So I was on short-term disability. I had to go see the specialist, run these tests, ultrasound, x-ray, MRI. So the MRI came and they're like, you have a torn ACL. We're going to have to operate. So I'm like, okay, cool, you know? Obviously, when you want to operate, you got to wait a couple of months. Yeah. You got to wait a couple of months to even get an appointment. Because you already know free healthcare, this is what it is, right? This is what you have.
And then COVID
it's not private,
right
it doesn't happen overnight, right? Yeah. I got surgery in February 2020.
Oh, you got lucky. So
I got it right just before COVID, because if I had gotten it right when COVID started, they would have delayed it. Yeah. And then they would have postponed the surgery date till a later date. And that would have been like a couple more months of waiting.
And you couldn't cut hair.
Yeah, exactly. I'd just be like sitting there even longer. Exactly, right? Yeah. So pretty much, literally, it was like that. So luckily, I got surgery.
Divine timing, you know?
It was perfect timing. I was doing physio and then I was slowly walking. But also got a doctor's note, luckily for me, that said he can't come back to work for another 9 months. Because it takes 9 months to a year for a full recovery. So now I'm chilling. Yeah. I'm getting paid from my insurance to recover.
Yeah. Perfectly legal.
100%. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. Because like they don't want you to get injured at work, right? It's different if you get work injury and it's a WSIB. Yeah. But I didn't get injured at work. I got injured outside of work. So it's different. So they don't want to take the chance. Why would they take a chance? They're like, we don't want you to come to work and then get injured. Yeah. And now that's on us, right? Yeah. So then the pandemic hit, March 2020. And then everything just went crazy. Barbershops shut down. Everything shut down. Everyone was looking homeless. It was a pretty tough time for everybody. I was looking homeless myself, man. I couldn't reach my barber. My friends were looking homeless. And then one day I saw one of my friends and I'm like, yo, this guy looks like he just got a fresh haircut.
Yeah.
Right. So I was curious. I'm like, yo, where'd you go? Like, I'm trying to go get one. I'm desperate. He's like, I did it myself. I'm like, no, you didn't. He's like, I did. And I'm like, how'd you get the back? He's like, oh, my mom helped me. I'm like, what? So something just
Mom
like.
knows how to give a fade, eh?
Yo, I guess so, man.
Yo, I literally have the same story. You know?
Yeah, literally.
That's how I did the back.
Yo, moms are talented, bro. You never know what they're capable of.
Moms are mad underrated stuff.
100%, absolutely agree. So he's like, my mom helped me do the back, and I'm like, okay. And that's when the idea came to me. I'm like, this is a good idea. Barbershops are closed. People are desperate. They're cutting their own hair, and they don't care if they screwed up or not because they're working from home. You're not impressing anybody. You're not seeing anyone. So I'm like, let me see if I can like learn something and then offer my friends haircuts. And I get experience from that and they get a free haircut. Because would you rather go to your girlfriend or your mom? Or would you rather go to someone who like watch a couple of videos, practice on a couple of people here and there for free? So that's how it all started for me.
Perfect timing. Yeah, everything was perfect timing.
Yeah, perfect timing, man. Honestly, I feel bad for most small business companies and whatnot because they had to shut down, but for me it was an advantage.
You wanted to cut your own hair anyways, right? You like out of necessity in the beginning, no?
Honestly, at the time I didn't even know what I wanted to do. But I'm like, this would be something cool to pursue, you know what I mean? So I'm like, let me just see where this goes. What's the worst that can happen?
Have you ever considered being a barber before? Like,
never occurred to me. I never thought about it.
It was just a pandemic that made you do it.
Pandemic, an idea just struck, and I'm like, let me execute this.
So yo, let me ask you this: like, you were in school for like welding and plumbing because your parents wanted you to do that. What did you want to do? Is there something you wanted to do other than barber?
To be honest, man, I didn't know what I wanted to do.
You didn't even know.
I had no clue. Like, I got accepted for a couple of programs. I'm like, do I accept this nursing program? Do I accept this program? I didn't know what I wanted to do, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, let me just go do something so I have something.
For sure.
Present at home, right? And then see where it takes me from there.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what happened. I honestly had no idea what I wanted to do.
That's crazy how you found barbering though.
Like it's crazy because I have a diploma in this. And I'm nowhere near that field. I'm in something completely opposite.
Yeah. It's usually how it goes.
That's literally how it goes all the time. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Is there specific channels you watch, or is it random channels?
So during the pandemic, I was just watching a lot of YouTube videos. Like, I just Google like bald fade for dummies. 30-minute clip. Very simple. A clip came up. It had the most amount of views. That's actually why I chose it.
Yeah.
So shut up.
So many barbers like blew up on YouTube.
Yo, man, it's insane. Like,
during that time, a lot of the guys,
TikTok was blowing up, but I don't really use TikTok. I should. Because you learn so many valuable things on it, but I also feel like you lose a lot of time on it too, right? So I kind of stay away from it. But on YouTube, man, there's so many like.
You should follow us on TikTok.
I'll do that.
Yeah,
I got you. When I
you don't have to lie, bro.
No, I'll definitely.
I
support people who support me.
I better see an extra follower on that.
I support.
Because I don't even have the app, bro. I don't even have TikTok.
Me. Yeah, I'll make it just to follow you guys. Just
I used to get my haircuts from him, so I already support him.
Used to. He doesn't come anymore. So what happened was pretty disrespectful. I'm not gonna lie.
I had a primary barber. You know, he went on vacation for a few months, and then that's why I rediscovered Abdul. And I'm like, hey, yo, you cut hair now, you know? And you know what? I actually want to talk about Abdul's marketing strategy because that's what kind of reeled me in, you know? So this guy, what he used to do, I don't know if this is in our plot or not, probably not. But yeah, Abdul's marketing strategy during the pandemic, this guy would get mans coming into his house. He still does it, so fucking jokes. He would have his clients, so his boys, come into his house, and then like this guy would like say like the most randomest shit about the guy, right? So like he'll have like the guy in the barber chair, and the guy will look like Chewbacca or whatever, and then this guy would spin the guy around and be like, yo, my guy looked like he just came back from like a homeless shelter, like some shit like that, right? He'll give the guy a lineup, and then he'd be like, yo, my guy's ready to get married and shit right now, or my guy looks like Shah Rukh Khan and shit right now.
You want to be different. You know what I mean? You don't want to you don't want to just be basic and be like, oh, before and after. You want to make it funny.
Right? And at the time, I didn't even need a barber. I had a barber, right? So like, but seeing that, I was like, yo, this is fucking jokes, you know?
So was he the only one guy that you knew that was starting his business at that time?
I didn't even know he just started. Like, literally, like.
But it caught your eye. What he did.
It caught my eye because it was just funny.
Yeah.
Right? And after, like, when I needed a barber.
But there's probably other people you knew that were also.
I know bare barbers, right? It's just his marketing thing was just like, it was just funny, smart, right? And I don't know how it happened, but I'm really picky with my barber too. I don't even have fucking hair, but I'm mad picky and shit with my barber. It wasn't even his actual cuts that drew me into him. It was the marketing. And then because of the marketing, when I was looking for a secondary barber, my barber went on vacation. That's when like I thought about you, and like I was like, yo, this guy's fucking instantly right away. Cause I have a passion for marketing too. So instantly right away, I was like, yo, this guy's a marketing genius, I rate it. And then they're like, yo, the cuts were sick too, so I just went to him, and then I was like, yeah, and then he was my secondary barber.
Did you come up with that off the top of your head, or did you see it that somewhere, or is that how your sense of humor is?
I just thought that would be a funnier way to execute it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me make fun of my clients.
Yeah.
because it's hilarious, and and the audience thinks it's hilarious, and then it draws more attention towards you.
Yeah.
Right, and then that's how you get more followers, you get more clients.
No, were you thinking about it like in terms of marketing, or were you just
absolutely,
like,
bro,
okay, so you weren't just fucking around. You were just fucking around.
No. I mean,
intentionally marketing.
Actually, I kind of was messing around too, but I also had that intention.
Yeah.
You know, it goes both ways,
sick,
right?
how it worked out, yeah.
And then people would message me like, "Yo, you're hilarious. Can I bring my brother, or can I bring my dad, or my cousin? This, that." I'm like, bring them all.
Because I don't see anybody else doing that.
Yeah. So I wanted to be different. I don't want to be like basic, right? So I'm like, let me switch it up a bit.
What were your starter
So initially in the beginning, when I first started, I told one of my boys, I'm like, "Yo, do you have any sort of machine at home?" And he's like, "Yeah, I do, but it's not the greatest." I'm like, "Yo, just bring it. You know, we'll give it a shot. We'll see where it goes." So he brings it over. We're at my boy's apartment at the time, and I'm like, "Okay, do you mind if I like cut your hair?" He's like, "Go for it. I don't care." He used a test on me, right? His name's Noeed. Shout out to him. He gets free haircuts for life now. It was a good investment. I cut his hair and I butchered it.
That's pretty sick though. Yo, free haircuts for life, yo.
That's expensive.
You're saying $40
he
every
invested
time.
He invested in me,
sick,
and then now he gets free haircuts for life.
That's a sick story.
I feel like I'm getting finessed every time, but like it's fine. He's my boy.
No.
So
I'll do the same thing. Anyone in your situation would do that for.
Yo, you're taking a big risk from letting someone cut your hair who has no experience.
But it was during the pandemic, so
it was during the pandemic. But personally, me, if one of my friends wanted to experience on my hair, I wouldn't feel as comfortable.
Yeah.
But shout out to him.
Me too.
He let me do it, and it worked out for him.
No, because yo, in the grand scheme of things, he's one person out of all these people that hair you could cut. Without him, you wouldn't even be able to do all that.
It's crazy because let's say I cut him on a Monday, and like on Wednesday, I'm like, "Yo, let me cut it again," even though it barely grew. But I'm like, "There's something there, but let me just practice again," and you would let me do it, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a lot easier when you have new clients and people that have like crazy amount of hair all over the place and whatnot, right? So you want to test on them, you want to try on them, experiment. But not everyone's gonna feel comfortable with that.
And every head top is different.
Every head top is different. Yeah. Everyone's at home. No one's going outside, so it's very hard to even meet people to like work on.
Before you started like really being like, "Yo, I'm gonna start charging people and stuff," like, did you experiment on all different types of hairs?
So yeah, I had a couple of people come. I would take pictures of my work and I would post it and I'd send it to my friends or my friend group like, "Yo, check this out. I just cut this guy's hair and it came out pretty decent." And some of them were like, "Yo, this actually looks pretty good. I'm impressed. Are you trying to cut my hair?" So they didn't have faith in me in the beginning.
Yeah, of course.
But they saw
like
the work and they felt comfortable, right?
Yeah.
But I understand that. I completely
That's the
understand
same thing with
that.
anyone starting a business and shit. Your boys are not every single one of your boys are gonna.
They didn't believe in us.
Yeah.
Yo, God did.
You know what I'm saying? So that's it.
Yeah.
We're here now, baby.
Yeah. You were cutting hair for free, right?
In the beginning, I was cutting hair for free. I wasn't.
How long were you cutting for free?
I started in March and I started charging people in August.
Holy shit! So you're committed, eh?
But you gotta understand,
4 or 5 months.
4 or 5 months, but that doesn't mean I had 10 people a day.
Yeah.
Right? It could be
how many people do you think?
2 people a week or like whatever, right?
How many do you think you cut before you start charging? 100? 50?
No,
not people.
No, how many haircuts that I've given? I would say probably 50, 60 people.
Would you say like an hour each?
Sometimes more, man. It's your first time. You you get nervous, right? Like I'm literally watching YouTube videos as I'm cutting the guy's hair. I'm following instructions and I'm watching and I'm like cutting his hair, right?
YouTube University, bro. I think it's one thing in common with almost all of our
guys. It's crazy because you can go to school,
right?
Going to school for this, they'll charge you like tens of thousands of dollars. I've heard. I'm not too sure, but that's what they said, right?
Yeah.
I learned everything on YouTube. No one taught me. I wish someone taught me. I wish I had a mentor, but no one wants to feed you, right? You got to get it yourself.
Yo, another big reason we wanted to get you on the podcast too is because it's like you learn for free by yourself at home.
Yeah.
You're super relatable. Your story is relatable to everybody.
It literally shows that anybody can do it. You learn for free on YouTube and you're cutting from home. Everybody has a fucking house.
Yeah.
Whether you're living or you own the house.
Everybody has hair.
Yeah, and everybody has hair. If you're like a kid and you want to make some extra income and stuff, you could literally learn how to cut hair through YouTube. You just got to figure out if that's what you want, right? And the money's nice too, eventually too. But
you got to love what you're doing, right?
See, a lot of people that are in this industry, they do it for the money, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you're passionate about it, you'll see your work becoming 10 times better.
How did you become passionate about it? Because I know you weren't passionate about it before.
In the beginning, I'm like, yo, this would be cool because my old barber would get paid $150,000 a year, roughly cash.
Yeah.
That's what he told me. The money must be crazy. Like I could reach his level one day.
Yeah.
I can achieve this.
Yeah.
If he's capable of it, I know I'm capable of it, right? And he's cutting people in 20 minutes. He cuts 3 people in an hour.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it. He's just that good with it, right? So I'm like, okay, if he can do it, I can do it.
But like this is like serious fades and shit.
But this guy has like 15, 20 years of experience, right? So it makes sense why he's
at that point.
Exactly, right? In the beginning, it was like, okay, it's for the money. But after you see the work and you see what you're capable of doing, you're like, wow, I can't believe I just achieved this. I can't believe I did this. And then you see the smile on that person's face. it's a whole different feeling, man. I can't even explain to you.
Yeah. No, the barbers literally save lives, bro.
It's like it's crazy, man.
It's
like
crazy.
The guy literally looks homeless, and you just changed his whole life, and he just got his confidence back.
Yeah.
And he's ready to conquer the world
on the spot
right away, bro.
On the spot.
He was depressed before the haircut. The depression's gone. I'm not even joking. It's that crazy. It's that crazy.
That ass. I couldn't even relate to that. Like even when I have like bad days and shit, whatever. Like I don't have a fucking like proper lineup and shit. I go get a haircut. I get a haircut every week now because like that's like part of my like. I don't even have hair. Like I literally go for like a lineup and a fade. You know what I mean?
Literally.
Every week just to stay clean. And like there was a point where like I couldn't easily like fucking afford a haircut like every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks and stuff, whatever. And like I will let my hair grow out and shit, and it will make you feel 10 times worse. So now, like, I made that into, like, a priority for me. You know, like, I even if I don't have fucking hair, bro, I still go get, like, a fresh, clean lineup. I'm feeling spliffy all the time. You know what I mean? Like,
and certain jobs require you to look presentable at all times.
Exactly.
So you want to take care of yourself, too, right?
Exactly. Obviously, right now, I don't have a lineup and shit. I should have got a lineup.
I couldn't even get a haircut this morning.
Yeah.
I slipped.
Yeah.
You know, it happens, man. It happens. I didn't really decide when to start charging, but one of my boys came. His brother, his cousin.
Put him out there. What's his name?
My boy Kasim.
There you go. Shout out to Kasim.
Shout out to Kasim. If he sees this, he's gonna go crazy and he's gonna be like, "Yo, don't ever forget it." Whatever. So he came with his brother, his brother-in-law, his cousin. He brought all of Afghanistan with him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Yo, this is sick. All these guys look homeless. They look like certified terrorists." I'm like, "I'm gonna change everyone's life right now."
Yeah.
So he came. I gave him a haircut. I gave everybody a haircut, and it wasn't like the craziest, but it still did the job.
Yeah.
And they were still happy with it. And they're like, "Yo, we want to pay you." I was like, "Nah, bro, you don't have to. Like, I'm still new to this. I'm still learning. I appreciate you giving me the chance." They're like, "Nah, bro, this is good work. You deserve money." And he gave me money. And I was like, wow, this is the first time I ever got paid for cutting hair.
What did you do with that money?
I probably got Popeyes. I don't even know. I was hungry that
City
day, man.
chicken, right?
Yeah,
You want a
City fried chicken or
yeah,
something.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
even remember. But shout out to Kasim, man.
Yeah. Shout out to halal chicken.
Halal food always. We only eat halal.
Exactly.
So talk about when you created your shop. Like, where were you cutting before?
So
and then where'd you move to?
one of my boys, he used to live in Mornell Court in an apartment. So he would always go and come from the States all the time. So he left that summer for 2-3 months. He was gone, and I have a spare key. So I would just go to his place. Literally, it was like a trap house. I'd go to his place. I'd set it up. I bought a used barber chair. I set it up. I bought like a machine.
How much did you use barber chair?
Yeah.
Yo, it was like $40-$50. It wasn't that bad.
Crazy.
No way.
Yo,
man.
you kids hear that? You get
40,
you cut
$50.
one man's hair, you can buy a barber chair.
Barber chair, the hydraulics work. It goes up and down.
Holy
That's
fuck.
all.
So you just went on Kijiji or what?
Is it the same one you have right now?
No, I don't use that one anymore.
Yeah.
I upgraded.
Yeah,
I still have that one.
That was sick.
That's sentimental value,
sick,
man.
yeah.
It's my first chair.
Where'd you get it from?
Kijiji, man.
Yeah.
I bought it from Kijiji. This old guy, he's like, "Just give me $60. It's yours." I'm like,
Retired barber or something? Or
I don't even know, man. I didn't even ask him. I was just so excited that I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm purchasing my first chair, right?
Yeah.
It's an overwhelming feeling. I'm like, here's the money. Took it back to the apartment, set it up. I went, contacted my barber. He hooked me up with his supplier. He's like, okay, buy this machine. This is good. It was like an Oscar fast feed, $90. And then that's how it all began, man.
How much is the chair that you have now?
$1,300.
Jeez.
Yeah.
No, you have a pretty baller chair though.
Yeah, it's gangster.
Is
man.
that like the
It's
top of the
gangster.
line, or is it?
Yeah,
is
it's
there
like
a
all
position?
gold. You
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
you're sitting on the throne, man.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you feel like a king sitting.
Investing in
in
your
that
business, right?
100%.
I've
You
been
have
sitting
to.
on that chair.
100%, man.
Yeah,
It
I should
reclines.
come
It does
back,
everything,
yeah.
man. You
should come
feel
back,
different,
right?
man. You feel different. You feel different. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, right? In the industry, like obviously, when I made more money, I'm like, okay, it's time to upgrade.
Is there like one
No, it's
brand
not
that
even a
dominates?
brand,
or is there bare
man.
brands?
It's like these chairs. They're very well known. There's different styles.
Is there different brands, or is there like one brand that
So
dominates?
it's not more so the brand. It's the kind of chair you want.
Okay.
In my opinion, that I
Okay.
think it doesn't really have a brand. It's like it looks like an old school chair.
Yeah.
But it's brand new. Right? It's all gold plated.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like
The one that you have right now.
the one I have right now.
Yeah,
So it caught my eye. I'm like, that's the one I want. But the ones
What
in
did you Google? You just Google like barbershop.
No, so
chairs
one
and
of
shit?
my barbers, he actually told me, he's like, oh, there's a store over here that sells. So I went there.
Oh, so
no
local
dog-
stores.
Local.
I don't even know the name. It was, you know those Chinese stores that you
Yeah.
have, like they have like
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
like
yeah.
super low key plugs.
Okay.
They're like cash only. You already know. So it was one of those stores.
Looks like it's closed all the time.
It looks like it's closed. You gotta
Yeah.
call the guy.
Appointment only yet.
And he comes. He'll text you. Be like, meet me in the back. Open
Yeah.
the door and
Yeah,
lets you
yeah.
in. There's no one inside. You
Okay.
think you're gonna get killed. And then turns the lights on. Thousands of chairs everywhere. It's like, whoa,
Whoa.
you're in heaven right now.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, the chair's on sale.
Yeah.
If you pay cash, $1,100. If you don't, we're gonna charge you tax. I'm like, obviously, I'm paying cash. I bought the chair. I put it in the back of my boy's truck.
Are those chairs like super heavy and shit?
It's not that heavy, but the box it came in was massive,
Yeah.
and he didn't strap it on properly on his truck.
Fuck.
I'm driving behind him. This is 4.1 and 4.4. The box flies off.
Stop.
On the highway express. It flies off, and then the chair's dangling now. The chair's falling off. It's literally about to fall off. And I'm like panicking. I'm like, whoa. I called her. I'm like, yo, pull over right now. Chair's about to fall off. We're going to cause a deadly collision. Yeah. You're going to get sued. I'm going to lose my chair. No one wants this. Yeah. We pulled over quick. We were this close, man. It was so close for the chair to fall off. And it would have been bad, man. Like, someone would have hit it right behind us. And we're going like 120 kilometers an hour. It was pretty bad. It literally felt like we're in a movie.
Let's go back to...
cutting from my boy's place. Yeah. So I was cutting from his apartment. And obviously, he was coming back. And I had to, like, take all my belongings and move them elsewhere. Lucky for me, I have a basement entrance. And I have a cold room storage in the basement. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just... see if I could clean this area out and transform it into like a mini shop. And bro, I have before and after pictures.
We'll put it up on the screen.
We'll put it up. Yeah. Sick. So I pretty much operate from my house, man. I have a whole studio set up. It's like a little man cave. Guys come, hang out, chill. Got a TV set up, speakers. I have the whole... It's literally like a mini shop.
How much did it cost you to build that little space in your basement?
That room was full of like spider webs. It was freezing. It was disgusting. I had to pretty much sand the walls down. I had to paint the walls, get new furniture. Even the flooring, man. I had to get laminate flooring. Yo, the laminate flooring, lucky for me, I had a Costco membership. I went there, and it's not like a really big room. It's like 12 by 12. $350, $400.
It looks bigger on your
Oh, yeah, it looks massive. And then my boy's dad, obviously, he's like a handyman. Shout out to him. He came and he helped me set everything up.
At what point were you like, okay, yo, this is actually like some serious shit? And like, I think like the average person, especially during the pandemic when they're trying to like cut hair and shit like that, they're not gonna like invest more money and like make it into an actual shop and like put the time into cleaning their fucking attic or like their basement and shit. What inspired you to do all that?
You always gotta invest in your craft. You know what I mean? The more professional you look, the nicer your studio looks, the more it's gonna attract people. They're gonna look at you and be like, this guy takes his job seriously. Yeah. He seems like he's very passionate about this. He looks like he put a lot of time and money and effort into this. I trust this guy. I want to hire him as my barber from now on. Yeah. Because presentation's key, man. You don't want to just go in someone's basement and there's like spider webs, a broken wall, and there's a machine there and hair all over the place. Yeah. You want it to look presentable. You want it to look clean.
Yeah. Yo, your basement actually threw me off guard.
Yeah.
First time I came there, I was like, yo,
it's crazy because everyone that comes to my house for the first time, like new clients, they come into the room, they're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like this place is crazy. Yeah. Like I was not expecting this at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when I say like I made it look dope, it looks dope.
Because the common element space like on the way down.
Literally, man. It's such a chill space, man. It's
so did you say how much it cost you all in?
So like about $2,500.
That's not bad.
So the TV and the futon and the shelf I have. So including all those is $2,500, but then you got the chair, $1,100. I got like a toolbox that's like $300, and then all my machines.
How much are the machines worth?
All my machines.
How many machines do you need though?
So you need one machine to cut hair, and then you need like a trimmer or like a T outliner, and then razor. The foil shaver too, yeah. And I have about 10 different machines. These are including like T liners. So for example, like you gotta understand that all these brands that manufacture and whatnot, every year they have like a new version. I always want to get the newest version every time. Yeah. Because obviously it's a lot better. It's faster. It's more efficient. So I'm like, oh, this machine looks like it cuts so much nicer than that one. I think it's time for an upgrade. Obviously, I'm not going to throw the old one away. I'm still going to keep it in case something happens to the new one. Yeah. Because you always need backups.
How long do those motors last?
I bought a Babyless. It lasted me 9 months.
Oh, shit.
And then it started acting up. The buttons started acting up. But lucky for me, I had warranty and they gave me a brand new one right after. Oh,
shit. Okay.
Yo, my T-liner, bro, like something started fucking up with the motor and shit. I took off like the top and
yeah.
Like,
but you gotta understand, man. Yeah. If you buy these like low level brands, you get what you pay for, right? Like you want to invest in like the best.
Andis.
Oh, it's an Andis.
Andis, bro.
Andis what? They're cheap Andis.
Isn't it T-liner? Yeah, like the one. It's a corded one. It's a corded one, not wireless.
Is it a white one? Is that a white one?
Like it's a white one. Yeah. Like a red knob.
I think if it's the one you're talking about, that one's goated.
Yeah, so like I don't know.
It's powerful. Yeah. Maybe you dropped it or something went wrong. It's common. It can happen.
I've had it like it's been over a year.
That's pretty odd. It shouldn't. That shouldn't have happened. It should have lasted
especially if you're using it for yourself.
Yeah, no, it's still working. Like after I put it back, but it's not like the same.
So maybe you change the blade. You could change the blade, or is it louder? Because these machines do tend to get louder after time.
Now it's louder after I put it back
that's normal, man. That's because the hair gets in there and this and that, whatnot. So they do tend to.
But do you think that motor is gonna last like a long time?
I mean, it's still working, right? Yeah, it's just louder and whatnot. The most you can do is replace.
But there was a point before I opened it up, it wasn't even like making any sound, and then I opened it up, cleaned out the hair and shit, put it back on. Now it's like super loud and shit.
Yeah, so
it's like the muffler came off or something.
No, because they have this little seal.
He gave it a muffler to leave.
No, literally, they have they have like a little seal that prevents the hair from getting through. So when you pull it out, that kind of comes off too. So maybe it could be something like that, because that something similar happened to one of my machines, and it became loud. I'm like, this is too loud. I think it's time for a new machine. But it doesn't really bother me. It still gets the job done at the end of the day.
So so 10. You have 10 of them.
I got like 10 different machines, man. I'm like James Bond with the tools.
Yeah. So you have clippers, trimmer, foil shaver.
I got 2 foil shavers. I got a bunch of clippers. I got a bunch of trimmers. I got everything, man.
Okay.
I got different brands too.
Yeah.
So
and then obviously you got the what's the disinfectant. The
that's
obviously it's a must. Barbershop.
It's a 5-in-1. You have to disinfect your machines, man. Because if you don't and you use it on next client, he could end up getting bumps and whatnot on his head. It's not sanitary, man.
He get AIDS like that.
I don't know about that, bro, but like I just don't recommend it, man.
Yeah, that's a serious question though. Seriously,
I don't know. I've never really thought about that, man. But like that would suck if you can.
That'd be pretty fucked.
That would be insane.
Compare like cutting hair before you converted your basement to a shop to after.
Like, what was the vibe?
Obviously, you're still just as passionate and stuff, but like, is it different for you?
Absolutely, man. Like you go downstairs and you look at your shop and you're like, wow, I did this. Look how far I came.
Yeah.
And then obviously the clients that are coming too, they're like, yo, this is amazing. Keep going. And it really motivates you to go even further. And I kind of want to expand my basement, kind of demolish the wall I have and like
make the shop bigger.
Maybe even add an extra chair, teach my brother how to cut hair. Put him on, get him straightened up. But we'll see how that goes.
Talk about your brand, your logo. This is actually version 2.0 of Abdul's episode. We shot this a few months back. We're doing it again.
Unfortunately, it got deleted. I wonder why.
It's unreleased.
Unreleased footage, right? For the vault, right? Last time we shot this, he was wearing his shirt.
I was wearing my shirt. It's Cuts by Shahdady. It has a logo.
That logo is crazy,
it's
bro.
Pretty much a guy from back home, and he has like long hair, a big beard, and a big mustache, and the topi, we call it. I actually didn't think about that idea. My boy did. His dad did. Shout out to Salman and shout out to his dad. He's like, yo, this is how the people there dress. This is how they look. Let's kind of put this here, add like a hat to it, and make that his logo. And that's how the logo came to mind.
It's crazy, yo.
I didn't even think about that. I saw it. I'm like, yo, this is dope. I love this. This is my logo.
Okay, so talk about coming up with the name for your brand.
So Cuts by Shahdady. Literally, Shahdady is my last
name. How long did it take you to come up with the name? That's
right away, man. I don't know who came up with the name.
So it wasn't you.
I can't remember.
This guy's outsourcing all this stuff.
No. I genuinely cannot remember, but people call me Shahdady. My last name is Shahdady.
Yeah, they've always called you that.
Some people call me Abdul. Some people call me Shahdady. Some people
Some people call you Abdul, like heaven.
Yeah, Abdul. Yeah, some people call me Abdul or Abdul, whatever. So and Shahdady just sounded like the perfect name to use, and that's where I just said, okay, Cuts by Shahdady.
Yeah,
and that's how it began, man.
Do you see yourself cutting hair forever?
Personally, I wouldn't want to cut hair for the rest of my life. I want to kind of build.
Why?
Well, I want to retire, man. Like I don't want to live my whole life working, right? I want to retire young at the same time, but I want to build this brand and try to get as far as I can and hire people and get them to do all the work. Well, when I say like that, it sounds pretty bad, obviously not get them to do all the work.
No.
But you want to put them on, right? You want to plant the seed and then let it grow and then have others. I'll still work. But I wouldn't want to work as much as I'm working right now.
I'm glad you said that because so the guy I was telling you about earlier, Billionaire Barber, he's not actually a billionaire, but that's his branding, right?
Yeah.
He's in Miami and he started during the pandemic too. It was during COVID. He has like a wife and kids and everything, and he had to like kind of bet on himself. I guess he has a van. He converted it. He put a barber chair in there, and he started doing mobile cuts. So he used to drive around and shit.
So you literally have a Sprinter van. Like a Mercedes or whatever. You have a sink in there. You got a TV in there. You got a PS5 in there and a chair. You don't even have to leave your house. That guy comes to your front door. All you gotta do is step outside.
And he cuts like he cuts like celebrities and shit, right? And rappers and shit. And he was saying he's gonna franchise it.
That's smart, man.
That's exactly what you're talking about, right?
I know a guy in Toronto that does that, and I'm not sure how much he charges. I don't know his name, but I saw it on Instagram, and I'm like, this guy's smart. He's gonna get far.
Yeah, because especially you work your ass off to build that brand. Now other people can live off that brand, but also like they're paying you a royalty.
Exactly, and you gotta understand in this business, like
you gotta train them well.
Exactly, and when you're doing a cash business, you don't have a pension plan. So what's your pension plan? You want to invest in like a property or something. So whenever 20, 30 years down the line when you retire, you have a property that just paid itself off, and that's like your pension plan or whatever it is you want to call it, right? So yeah, man, there are some goals that I'm trying to achieve, and I'm working towards that as we speak.
If you could pick anywhere else to cut hair other than Toronto, where would you cut?
I feel like with cutting hair, you're known locally.
Yeah.
It's you're better off cutting where you're cutting from because all your clients are close by.
Yeah.
But if you're like pretty popular on Instagram or TikTok and you have a lot of followers, like billionaire.
Yeah, like that guy said apparently like he cuts like 2 club owners from Toronto.
Yeah.
And he's like, after they shared his stuff, everybody from Canada wants him to come there.
There you go. So
he's in Miami.
And you're traveling, you're on the plane, whatnot. That's how you get your name out there, right? Like eventually that's what you want to become. You want to make it to that level.
Yeah.
So so would you open up a shop like in Toronto? Or would you go global?
Absolutely,
like,
man. No. Well, you gotta start small, right? Like I just started cutting hair 2 years ago, and people are like, "Why aren't you opening up a shop?" Like they think it's that easy and that simple. I'm like, you gotta understand. Like for you to open up a shop and make money, you have to hire other barbers. You have to rent out these chairs.
Yeah.
I can't just wake up one day and be like, I want to open up a shop. You have to have the clientele, and that's years of experience, right?
Yeah.
You gotta understand. Like you're not making money just from having one chair in a shop. You're the only one cutting. All the money you make, it's literally going towards like utilities, rent, this, that. What's the point? You have to have at least 10 chairs rented all out. That's when the money's coming
10 chairs, eh?
I'm just giving a rough example, right? Like even if it's 6
like
chairs.
if your ideal scenario.
So one
what's
chair,
the split? What's the split
so depending on the location of where you live and where you're cutting from, if you're in Scarborough, right, it's not that expensive. I know barbers that pay $150 a week. That's $600 a month, and everything they make on top of that is their money. I know barbers that charge commission. They're like, you don't have to pay us rental, but we're gonna take a percentage of your cut.
Do you know what the percentage is approximately?
That I'm not too sure, man. But like I know you have like a choice.
Yeah.
Not every barber is like that though. Like I know Miami Fades, they charge like percentage.
Okay.
Right. So it really depends on the barbershop. So me personally, I'd rather just pay rent per month and then make whatever I make on top. So for example, let's say you're a new barber, you don't have clientele, just go into a shop and just do percentage because you're getting new clientele and they just take a percentage.
You can develop relationships.
But if you're paying $300-$400 a week, you're not even making that money a week, so you're losing out. So it really depends on the situation. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Get your clientele up, and once you have that clientele, then go to start renting. So it really depends.
I think like the business model for barbers is like so sick. You know, I don't think about it. When your whole life you're getting your haircut, you don't really think about like the business side of it. When you think about it, it's crazy.
It's true,
bro.
but it also depends on how many people you know.
Yeah.
You can be like a guy who has
also
no
your
social
marketing,
life.
or your marketing.
Exactly. You could have no social life. You go to a shop one day, you don't know anybody. For you to build a clientele, it's gonna take a long time because no one knows you, no one trusts you. Why do they have to come to you?
And you gotta. I feel like you gotta be some sort of an extrovert too.
Exactly.
Right? You gotta be able to talk to people.
You
can't be introvert, right?
You cannot be. And then the thing is, like, lucky for me, I know a lot of people.
Yeah.
On my Instagram, and like this guy said, like I use my Instagram page to like promote my business. That's how I end up getting all these clients. One guy would tell another guy tells another guy, and then boom, I'm booked up. So you gotta know people, man. If you know people, it makes this job a lot easier.
So let's talk investments. Like, you know, you say you don't want to work forever and whatever. So like, do you invest right now? Do you have plans to invest? Real estate?
Yeah,
stocks,
absolutely,
whatever?
man. Like I said, I'm only 2 years in this, so I don't work at a shop because I don't want to pay rental at a shop.
Yeah.
Right? So like, why would I do that when I could just work from home? And they're like, well, you can get new clients from home. That's true. I also get new clients online, social media.
Yeah.
If you know how to utilize social media, and you use it as a tool, you can get the clientele without even going to a shop and waiting for walk-ins.
What are some good tips for somebody who wants to be a barber and they want to market this shit?
Well, for starters, if the more people you know, the better. So if you're like in high school, you literally just tell all your friends, be like, yo, I'm starting to cut hair. I'll cut your hair for free. Because in high school, not everybody works. I was broke in high school. I didn't have money. I got a haircut like once every 2 months, right? So it really depends on the situation. But if you're a new guy, if you have the space at home and if you could work from home, then that's great for you. But not everyone has a place where they could cut out of. If you have friends in high school, just invite them over, cut their hair. Or if you even want, go to a barbershop where you go and get your haircut and ask and be like, yo, teach me how to cut hair and I'll work at your shop. And as a barber, it's like, okay, this guy wants to learn. I'm going to invest my time, teach this guy how to cut hair, and then rent a chair out to him. And I just make money off this guy. Right? So it really depends. And it's a win-win for both, the barber and the guy learning. You get experience from him and you're getting new clients.
Going back to the investment thing, I don't think we got into it. Any money you're saving, like, are you just putting it right back into the business?
Business-wise, I think I have everything I need already.
Yeah.
So everything else is savings for like my future and what plans I have.
So you have plans to get into real estate,
like
investment?
Of course, absolutely, right? Like I want to be able to buy a property next year. Like that's what I'm focused on right now. That's my primary goal.
Yeah.
But as for the shop, obviously 5 years down the line, I want to open up a shop.
Okay, 5 years.
So I do have a blueprint.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to reach the top, right? Like, but it takes time, right? It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort.
But you've been pretty consistent too.
I've been consistent, man. Like I pretty much work 7 days a week. Even if I take a day off, for example, and 2-3 people are like, yo, are you cutting hair today? And if I'm not doing anything at home, I'm like, you know what? I'm not, but I don't really have anything better to do today, so just come over. And it's sick because I work
like
from
chilling.
my house.
It's like, and when you go to get a haircut, it feels like you're just chilling at his house.
Literally, it's at my house. I work out of the comfort of my own home. I don't have to commute to work. I don't have to waste money on gas.
You can come downstairs in your PJs and cut.
Literally in my PJs, I could wake up, brush my teeth, wash my face, eat breakfast, take 10 steps, and I'm at work.
And it's like a quick $50.
Easy money,
40,
bro.
$50.
How does someone book a cut with you?
Instagram page, Cuts by Shahdady. You can message me on that. You can DM me. A lot of people have my number. Just message me, be like, yo, what days are you free now? I don't really use Booksy.
Yeah.
Because I feel like...
What's Booksy?
Booksy is like an app where you literally book time slots for like haircuts and whatnot.
Is that what like all...
That's what majority barbers use, but
Yeah.
I don't like using that yet because I like being flexible with my time. Like I'm a big sports fan, so like say there's a game on between 1 and 3 p.m. I don't really want to work between 1 and 3 p.m. because I want to focus on this game.
Yeah.
So I'll cut hair before and I'll cut hair after.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's like the benefit of being a barber. You
Exactly.
have flexibility.
You have flexibility. You can move your clients around. That's what I would prefer. But down the road when I become stupid busy,
yeah,
I'd probably have to
You're
use
getting
Booksy.
there. You're getting there.
And also, man, on Booksy, it's like hour time slots. Some haircuts take me 30 minutes. I just literally write it on notes in my phone, and I know how long everyone's haircut's going to take, and I just go based off that.
Have you ever had like a day where you're like super booked and like there was
Yeah,
like someone,
all the time, man.
people showed up at the same time and shit? Or
So, obviously, sometimes human error. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You
yeah.
make mistakes. No one's perfect. I have made a couple of mistakes, two times, but I made up for it.
yeah. So
Yeah.
so when you get more busy, like you're gonna switch over to like some sort of system. Or what?
Eventually, yeah, but for now, I'm still
for now
focused
you're
on
good,
this
yeah.
old-fashioned way. I like
Yeah.
Okay, obviously every business has its own overhead, right? You know how long the certain clippers and stuff last, how often you gotta buy barber side, all that extra shit, like all this disposable shit. Out of your income that you're making, it would be like what, like $40, $50 a haircut. How much would you recommend putting away to reinvest back into your business? That's like regular maintenance.
So the good thing about becoming a barber, man, there's not a lot of maintenance.
Yeah.
Your machines almost never break down. The only thing you're literally buying are razors and the disinfectant spray and then the neck tapes. That's pretty much it.
And where do you buy all this stuff? Like, it's like
There's so many barber stores around. Literally, there's so many stores in Scarborough. There's a couple.
What are some stores you can recommend?
So there's this guy in Brampton, Iconic Men's Grooming. I think he's probably the biggest plug in Ontario. So I go to him, or I go to A1 Beauty Supply in Scarborough. So they're close by, or I go to them.
I think I've been there. I think that's where I bought my clippers.
Probably.
A1 Beauty Supply, is that one?
It's literally on Ellesmere
Shepherd?
and Brimley.
No, I think I went to. I think it was like Warden, Eglinton, somewhere around there.
I don't know if you guys can see. But yo, I started getting some fucking random balding. I'm like balding and shit. I forgot the name of it on my mustache. Never had this shit before. I started using some new beard oil, some scented shit. I think it's just fucking around my skin. But I'm literally going bald on my mustache.
Let me see. So did that happen after you started using the oil?
After I
or?
started using oil.
No, you shouldn't use that oil, man. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
So it looks like alopecia.
Well, what's alopecia?
Yeah, what's alopecia?
So alopecia is pretty much hair loss. You get it on your scalp, your body. It really depends where you get it, and it could be temporary or permanent, right? So it could come from like medical conditions, hormonal changes. It really depends. That looks like alopecia to me. I've had clients that have had it. What you do is you go to your dermatologist or your family doctor, just get a referral, and they're gonna run like numerous tests. They're gonna ask for your family's medical history, see if anyone's diabetic or if you're lacking any vitamin D, B12, any deficiencies and whatnot. So they're gonna go based off that. Once the test results come back, they'll know what caused it. And then there's like a cream they give you, and you apply that cream on your face wherever the bald spot is, or you take a shot. And I'm not sure if that's covered, but that's pretty much what you have to do.
That resolves the issue?
But it does. Like, I've seen a lot of my clients, like, a lot of their hair grew back. You could tell if it's, like, natural hair loss or if it's alopecia. Like, natural hair loss is your hair slowly thinning. You could just tell, right?
Yeah,
Alopecia is literally, like, you have a chunk of hair missing on the side of your head or your beard or your mustache, like that, right? That's not normal. That's not normal hair. That's
I remember,
alopecia.
it's crazy, because, like, I was getting a haircut, and I thought my barber fucked up my mustache. It was so funny, bro.
Wait, barber didn't tell you?
No, yo. So he's cutting my hair. Well, yo, did you fuck up my mustache?
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, bro, it looks like alopecia, right? I'm like, bro, if you fucked it up, you can just tell me. You don't need to tell me it's alopecia and shit, right? I'm like, yo, I won't be mad and shit, right? And he's like, bro, I swear to God. Like, he's like, yo, I swear to God. It was like that when you walked in. I'm like, okay, fuck. I actually didn't believe him. I didn't believe him. Not like when my hair started growing back, my mustache started growing back, it was like, it looked even worse.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, is this fucked, right?
Yeah.
And then, like,
that's how you know he didn't screw it up, because if he did, it would go back.
I called him. I apologized. I'm like, yo, I apologize.
You got cheese, eh?
No, he didn't get cheese. Like,
no, you when you saw it.
Yeah. I just thought he cut it and shit, right? I hope he.
Because you look weird, bro. You look weird,
bro. Some random shit. Like, I have a fucking bald spot on my fucking mustache.
You get at the worst spots too, man.
Yeah.
One of my clients got it right here, and right here on his beard. You know what I mean? Like it's.
But the good news is there is a solution.
There is a solution, but
if you want,
it could be it could be permanent too, right? It might not grow back. You don't know, right?
Yo, honestly, bro, I have a scar like right there. It kind of looks like it's part of my scar and shit. So
it could be that. You could just tell people you fell or something. You were playing baseball.
I tell people I got stabbed. Yeah.
Or you got stabbed, man. You can't go wrong with a stabbing story.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. Hair loss prevention. What are your tips?
Yo, hair loss prevention, it's mostly genetics, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, you really can't do much if your whole family started balding at an early age and whatnot.
Yeah.
But what you could do, like, is like, a lot of it I feel like consists of your diet.
Stress
like
levels, all that shit.
Stress. Are you shampooing your hair every day? Are you oiling your hair? Are you blow drying your hair? Are you washing your hair with hot water? Like, there are a lot of things you shouldn't do that are terrible for your hair. Personally, I think don't even use any products because every product contains chemicals. You want to keep it natural. Me personally, I would say don't wash your hair every day. Start there for once. Don't wash your hair with hot water because you're literally drying up your scalp. It's not even good for your scalp to wash it with hot water. Use cold water if you can. Take cold showers if you can. Don't shampoo your hair every day. A lot of these guys, they're like, yo, my scalp feels dry, my hair's thinning, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, how often do you shampoo? They're like, I shampoo every day. I'm like, that's your problem. You can't do that. You're stripping
the natural
oils from your scalp. And like you said, like Head and Shoulders
is the worst.
The worst shampoo made ever. The dandruff one too, that would literally give you hair loss. Yeah. I know people that started using Head and Shoulders, they lost their hair.
Thinning, yeah.
Yo, I used to shampoo my hair a lot, and then when I was growing my hair out and I learned about the chemicals and shit, my scalp was so dry. And then after I stopped shampooing it so often, it was like...
The natural oils come back. Your hair looks a little more greasy and whatnot.
Yeah.
So they recommend you shampoo your hair once or twice a week.
Yeah.
But it really depends, man. Because like, let's say you're a construction worker, and there's like dust particles.
Yeah, what if you run every morning? You know what you're supposed to do?
Yeah. I guess wash your hair.
I think still conditioner should be fine.
It's for your hair. Literally, it's not for your scalp. You literally apply it to your hair.
It's just for moisture, right?
Yeah, like avoid putting conditioner on your scalp. Literally leave it on your hair strands and leave it for like 3 minutes and then wash it off.
Would that be the same thing with coconut oil?
Coconut oil, you just literally apply to your scalp. And
it's for your scalp.
Yeah, literally apply to your scalp, go to bed, and then wash it off the next day.
Okay.
There's so many different types of oil, man. There's coconut oil,
there's
argan oil, there's castor oil.
What's the difference? Is there one that's better than the other or no?
Well, it really depends on what you want, right? Like, let's say you feel like you want your hair to be a little thicker, denser. There's certain oils you stick to, right? Let's say you just want like an oily scalp, or like you want to treat your scalp because you're not getting enough oil. You could use coconut oil. And if you feel like you're losing hair and your hair's thinning, there's also like Sephora has these products. It's called The Ordinary. It's a hair serum.
Yeah.
You literally apply a couple of droplets to your scalp.
Are you sponsored or?
No, I'm not sponsored.
Don't lie.
I actually refer them to like a lot of my clients. I'm like, yo, go to Sephora. I read the reviews. I'm gonna just buy a whole bunch and put Cuts by Shahdady around it. You know what I mean? Yo, my sister works at Sephora, so she should plug me in.
Yeah.
I've read the reviews, and a lot of people that have been using that oil in a couple of months, they see a difference. They say their hair gets thicker.
What's in it that's doing it, though?
It's just like vitamins for your hair, man, for your scalp. Literally.
So you have a question, like if you're putting oils in your hair, you know, coconut oil, argan oil, whatever, is there like a certain amount that's like probably the best? Or
I feel like you shouldn't always oil your hair that much because you want the natural oils.
Ones. Yeah,
that's the best.
Yeah,
right? You literally want your natural oils.
So what do you think, like once a week or something?
I guess it really depends on the person, man. Like me personally,
like, what if your scalp is dry?
If it's dry, then I guess oil your hair more often for sure.
Yeah.
And try avoiding shampooing all the time. So if you're experiencing hair loss and you want a cheap solution, fly out to Turkey. Because in Canada, you're probably going to pay like what, $10,000-$20,000 and it won't come out nearly as good.
That's where
absolutely. A transplant. Go to Turkey. Some people go to India, but Turkey's known for like hair transplants. That's like the transplant center of the world. Turkey. Even for plastic surgery. I've had about 1 or 2 clients go to Turkey, and the whole package,
you told them to go there? Or?
I told them, but they also knew about it. Everybody knows. Like, everyone knows about Turkey.
I heard about it from.
Yeah. He's gonna go to Turkey next year for sure.
I'm not gonna go.
You're not gonna go?
I like the bald look.
Yeah, it suits you, man. It really does. But not everyone likes it. Like, you gotta understand.
It doesn't suit everybody.
But a lot of my clients, bro, if you really think about it, it's a confidence killer, man. Your hair literally gives you confidence. So when you start losing it, you feel like you look less attractive, and you feel more down at times.
Jeff Bezos is a pretty confident guy.
Yeah, but he's also a billionaire, right?
Yeah,
so
but
that's what
it is. You know,
but not everyone's Jeff Bezos, right?
You gotta have the head shape for the.
You gotta have the head shape, man. It really depends.
Yeah.
That's what. I don't know if you've noticed, like a lot of bald guys, they're jacked.
Round.
They're jacked.
Yeah.
Because you lost your hair. What can you do? What's the next next best thing.
Yeah, you
go
have
to the gym,
to
get ripped.
You have to.
You
Yeah,
have to
or get rich as fuck.
Or get rich.
Or grow
whatever
beard.
works.
Or grow beard.
Sure. Yeah, whatever works. You know what I mean? But if you really care enough,
fucking
go to
alopecia
Turkey,
fucking
man.
up my beard right now. Yeah, I gotta get that shit fixed.
Your mustache, bro. No, but seriously, go see a dermatologist.
Yeah,
get that.
yeah.
You'll get that
I
fixed.
gotta get that
But yeah,
fixed.
Turkey, they literally have package deals with a hotel, a flight, and the treatment.
Yo, Turkey, yo, pay this guy a commission, eh?
Pay me my money. You know what I'm saying?
This guy's like representing.
Shout out to Turkey.
Shouting out everybody, Turkey, all these guys. Sephora.
Shout out Turkey. So Abdul, obviously you've been working like non-stop, like from the get-go, right? Like, yo, like you could have easily tore your ACL and just been like, yo, okay, you know what? I'm getting half my paycheck. Let's just call it a day. Let me just stay home and, you know, watch sports and shit all day long, right? Somehow you stumble upon cutting hair, and then like, yo, while you're cutting hair, you invested more by doing more research and diving more deeper into becoming a barber. You didn't just cut hair for the pandemic, make a quick flip, and you didn't just get another job. So what's your why? Like, what is the reason why you're hustling so hard? Why are you investing so
you could have just got another 9 to 5 job.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, everything we do to get paid, obviously. But everyone wants to be successful, right? You want to work in an environment where you're happy. You enjoy what you're doing. You enjoy making the money. A lot of these guys that are working 9 to 5s, they're miserable. They hate their jobs. They're just there because it pays the bills, right? Like when I was younger, my dad took me back home, and it's a third world country back there. You know what I mean?
So where are you from?
I'm from Balochistan. It's actually a province in Iran, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. It used to be its own country back in the day, but obviously you know the British. They come in, they colonize everything. It got divided. Pakistan took a piece, Iran took a piece, Afghanistan took a piece.
Oh, so technically it was part of all three.
So it was its own.
It was its own,
and they just got divided between the three countries. Get it?
Yeah.
So we're from the Iran side, but I also have family in the Pakistan side.
Well,
like half my family lives there, half my family lives in Iran.
So does that mean you're Persian?
I'm not Persian, bro.
Yeah. What's your background?
Balochi.
Okay,
Yeah, but like technically I'm from Iran. But not everyone from Iran is Persian.
Do people just call you Persian or what?
Nah, no one's ever called me Persian.
Okay.
Yeah, never like that. People, you could be like, oh, he's Persian or he's Paki or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not many people know or have heard of Balochistan.
Yeah.
I've never heard it till this day.
Bare people watching this are gonna be.
Also, pray for the people in Pakistan and Balochistan. There's a huge flooding that happened last couple of days, and thousands of people died. So
pray for the man.
Pray for the mandem, you know. But yeah, so I went back home. I'm seeing my cousins I've never met before. I didn't even know they existed, and the way they're living their life there, man, it's crazy. You're literally outside playing on the streets with no shoes, with like marbles or a stick and a tire.
Yeah.
And they're happy, man.
They're happy as fuck.
They're the happiest kids I've ever seen in my entire life. And you look back at Canada, you have a PlayStation 2, you got this, you got that,
being Beamer crying
and you're just pissed off. You're just mad that your parents didn't buy you the newest edition of whatever game. You know what I mean? So seeing the way people live their life down there, man, it really makes you appreciate where you come from, where you live, and it just makes you so much more grateful, man. And I'm like, wow, like I'm so lucky to be born in Canada. I'm so glad my dad made the choice to move out of there and come here early and give us everything. And there's so much potential in this country. There's so much opportunity, man. And we all have the same 24 hours in a day, and it's all about how you make use of your time. You know what I mean? So I told myself, I'm like, yo, obviously, like I want to start my own business. I want to be successful. I really never thought of myself doing a 9-to-5 job. So that idea of becoming a barber just hit me, and I'm like, this is kind of what I want to do. This is my own business. I work when I want. The more hard work I put in, the further I'll go. That's what it is, man. I'm just trying to like reach for the stars, aim for the moon.
You also mentioned that you want to invest in real estate next year.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Real estate is key.
What are you looking into?
So obviously, like I'm trying to buy an investment property. The hardest thing I feel like is getting your first property. That's the hardest property to get. I feel like once you get your first property, it really becomes easier to get the second or the third or the fourth or the fifth. You know what I mean? Exactly, right? But you also want to be smart about it.
Of course.
You want to take risk in life, but you want to take a smart risk. You know what I mean? Do your due diligence. Exactly. Talk to your friends. Talk to people who have experience in whatever fields, right? So that's pretty much why.
Main reason why I wanted to bring Abdul on the podcast is to kind of show you can literally make money from your house. You don't need to fucking like go to school and this and that and like all this shit to like start making money. You could literally go on YouTube, learn like a skill. There's all these little things that everybody needs to get done on a regular basis.
Yo, at the end of the day, like you have to really want to do that and really enjoy it, because if you don't want it, you're just gonna hop from thing to thing to thing, and you're not gonna be content. You're not gonna be successful.
Exactly. You're not gonna be right? But like, yo, sometimes like I feel like we overthink shit. He literally saw the opportunity there. He's like, you know what, people need to get their haircuts. He just learned it, and then he invested it. You gotta invest your time and energy into it too. Because of that, he has a work from home business. There's lots of benefits of like being from home. Gas, you just go downstairs. No overhead. You have no overhead.
Time is the most important one.
Time. And like not having like a crazy overhead, like that's crazy. You know.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't have that many expenses, man. Like it's crazy. Yeah. It's absolutely crazy to me.
Yeah. If you're passionate about something, I feel like it just shines through. Like anyone like who sees you from outside looking in, you're gonna be successful no matter what, as long as you put the time in and you're truly passionate about it. We live in an age where, first of all, making content is free. Like you can make as much content as you want. The more content you put out about whatever you're passionate about, people are gonna consume that content, and then it's gonna help your business regardless.
Exactly. And honestly, man, I take so much pride in the work I do. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the barbers,
because not everybody's gonna do that. Exactly. Right? There's so many barbers out there.
For example, let's say I finish cutting someone's hair, he gets up and he's walking, and I notice the slightest thing. It couldn't be anything crazy. I'll be like, yo, come back. Let me just touch that up real quick. It's bothering me. It's the OCD in me. I just want to touch that up. A lot of guys won't even do that.
I feel like that's a good quality to have
because
for a barber,
they're embarrassed. They're like, yo, I don't want him to think, oh, I didn't do my job properly. Me personally, I know I'm doing the best I can, and I'm like, wait, something doesn't look right. Come back. Let me just fix that real quick, and then I'll let you go, right? So the way I see it, man, this job, like, obviously the money, right? The money's nice, but the way I look at it is like, you see the satisfaction you give to your clients, man. It's absolutely amazing. Like, they literally come in, they're ranting about their life, how much they hate their job, their girlfriend stressing them out, whatever, right? And then after the haircut's done, bro, the whole attitude changes.
They're like, yo, I'm putting my phone on silent now, right?
Bro, now they're not holding the doors for their girl. Their girl's holding the door for them. You know what I'm saying? They're like, baby, you hold the door for me. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
I'm gonna stress you out now, right?
You know what I mean? Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Like, you should see the confidence these guys get, and that's what makes me happy. So I see like the money as a bonus. Right, it's the satisfaction.
It's like putting on a suit.
Very happy for me.
It's like putting on a suit. It's like putting on a suit. You know.
And you gotta understand that, man. Like I have clients that come from Oshawa, that come from Brampton, that come from Mississauga. They have barbers 5 minutes away from their crib, but they're coming to me, and I ask myself why. Why? Because they enjoy my company. They like the way I do my job. They can relate to me, and I appreciate that. Like, I'm like, yo, you're traveling all this way to come see me. That's love. You know what I mean? You could totally go to a guy closer and get the job done, but you're choosing to commute all this way.
And it's also the vibes too. Like,
it's the vibes,
literally,
man.
like,
it's chill.
So I'll cut my hair. I'll just fucking chill there for a bit.
We're chilling, and my next client will come. They're just talking. We're all chilling. We're making jokes. You know what I mean? We're watching a game on TV, and it's a good vibe. Like, times is going by quick. We're listening to music. We're catching up. You know what I mean? It's crazy, right? And the thing is, like, I have a special relationship with each of my clients. Once the haircut's done, we'll catch up right where we left off last week to the following week or the week after. Tell me about it. What's going on? It's like a therapy session. You know what I mean? And time goes by so quick, and I love it. It's dope.
All right. Is there any advice or words of wisdom to the audience that you want to give in regards to starting your own thing at home, or just like becoming a barber?
Listen. One thing you gotta understand about this career, in the brown community, being a barber isn't really a respectable career. They have high expectations for you. They want you to become a doctor, lawyer, engineer. Put all that aside, man. Like,
you can make more
whatever money. You want to do what makes you happy. Don't listen to your parents. I'm not saying don't listen to your parents, but you don't want to do a program where you're not happy. You're literally depressed, and you're literally just doing it so your parents are happy. Put yourself first. There are times you need to be selfish. Do what makes you happy. If you want to become a barber, if you want to become whatever trade you want to do, go do it. Because at the end of the day, what makes you happy is what's important. So do that. Don't be scared. They don't understand how much money barbers make. They're like, oh, you're not going to make as much as an engineer. You don't know that. I know so many barbers that make way more money than engineers. You know what I mean? It really depends on what you want to do. Like, don't be scared.
And I want to really drill this down too, because if you're a kid and like your parents are like, oh, you have to become a fucking doctor. At the end of the day, if you become a doctor and you're absolutely miserable, I guarantee you your parents would not be happy. If you're miserable,
it's not even their parents won't be happy. It's a status thing. They want to brag about their friends and be like, my son's a doctor, my son's a lawyer. You get what I'm trying to say?
But what I'm saying is that it's a different time to be alive right now.
Absolutely,
you could generate money. And your barbers, this guy's not fucking charging $7 for a fucking haircut. He's charging like $40-$50 for a haircut. You know what I mean? There's more pristine into like all these little things.
You cut 10 people a day, you can make an average between $300 to $500 cash.
Cash.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it really depends. And if you have the clientele, you're making a shitload of money. Right? Instead of like getting taxed or making like a 50-60K salary. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just giving an example. Like some engineering jobs or whatever, right?
And if you make like $275, I think it's $275
every day?
Every day for 7 days a week, that's 100 bands.
Yeah, just like that.
Right? So if you're making $500 a day, like, you can do the math, you know? So like, be the one to show your parents, like, this is what's up, and this is the way you're conducting it. If you're conducting it like in like a little fucking shack, then you're the barber that your mom told you how to become. If you have like a sense of swagger and shit, like, you make your spot like nice and shit.
You spend $1,300 on a barber chair.
It's a whole different vibe. Like once your mom and dad start seeing you like becoming successful, buying properties, this and that, and doing all these investments and shit, then they're gonna be like, oh my son is the owner of Cuts by Shahdady. They're not gonna be like,
everybody starts somewhere, right? In the beginning, they're gonna laugh. And then they're going to be like, oh, shit. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But honestly, my parents are very supportive, man. Not a lot of people would be supportive of their kid becoming like a barber or whatever, this, that. But my parents,
they're gonna be like, yo, when are you gonna get a real job?
Exactly.
You get all
there's
that.
always
bullshit,
that. Like, when are you gonna go to school? When are you gonna be like your friend?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's always that question too, right? So it's like they don't realize the money in this. But once they see how successful you become, that's where like, oh shit, like, you know what? I was wrong. Let me like take a step back. You do you.
Exactly.
Do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So anyone that wants to become a barber or do whatever it is you want to do, go pursue your dreams, man. Do whatever makes you happy. Don't let anybody tell you can't do it.
And you want to invest in your craft. I think that's the biggest thing. You want to invest in your craft.
100%, bro.
You can't just be
because that's how people know they're taking you seriously. They're like, oh, this guy's serious about his job. He's about that shit.
You gotta be obsessed with it, right?
Absolutely, man. You can't half-ass it either.
Yeah. And if your client asks you why I'm losing hair and shit on my mustache and shit, you gotta know.
Yeah, you gotta know.
And if you don't know, you find out.
Absolutely, man. You're like, okay, you know what? By the next time you come, I'll make sure I have an answer for you. You know what I mean?
That reminds me of somebody, you know?
Yeah. That's it, bro. That's it.
Where can everybody reach you?
Cuts by Shahdads, or mostly they can message me on my Instagram. I'll give you my number, and that's pretty much it, man.
All right, guys. So that was our episode for today. This is a pretty good episode if you guys are looking into becoming a barber and you want to start cutting from home. Not even just becoming a barber, like literally doing anything. You can literally do whatever you want from what you already have, and like I think that's like a prime example of that. And that's why we kind of wanted to have Abdul on here and just kind of talk about his whole journey and where he's going to, because I know like a lot of people, like we see barbershops and like we see a lot of successful barbers all over social media, like, or even when you go get a haircut, you see the shop and like it seems more intimidating, like getting a commercial unit, doing this and that, like it seems more intimidating. But just to kind of see where people actually start off with, like, and like how you can actually start off, like just by fucking watching YouTube and trying it on your boys, there's opportunity everywhere. I hope this gave you guys a lot of clarity. But definitely, if you guys want to get a proper fade too, make sure you hit up Abdul as well. You can link him on his Instagram as well. All the links and stuff are going to be down below. And yo, bro, what is possible?
Wealth is possible.
Make sure you guys like, follow, and subscribe. And new videos every Thursday, guys. Take it easy. Peace.